Oh, nice. Welcome. California's so screwed, bro. They're what's the can you pull up what the average cost of a home in let's just say the average cost of a home in Los Angeles is? Yeah, yeah, the average house price in LA, probably like topping over a milli. 898,000. Oh, nine. Okay, so call it 900,000. Dude, to qualify for 900,000, so you can do FHA on that, so you can get it with like at 3.5%. So that's like 32,000 out of pocket for a down. So you need like 60 bands to buy it. But dude, the payment on that closer to like 7, 8,000. So to qualify for that, you're looking at like 20,000 a month in income. How look up average salary in Los Angeles, or what's the median salary? Oh, there you go. All right, so 60. Okay, so call it 70 grand. So that's 140,000 on a per family. Fuck, dude, that's like less than 11 grand. What's 140? 140,000 divided by 12. It's 11,666. That's 46%. So that's a max mortgage payment of 5,300. So the max that people qualify for is like a $700,000 house. So California's median home price is priced $200,000 more. It's $200,000 more expensive than what the average household of two $70,000 a year wage earners could qualify for. That's so fucked, dude. What what scares me, and this is contrary to every realtor and loan officer. Like every realtor and loan officer is going to disagree with this point. Rates coming down are going to completely obliterate the lower income household's ability to ever buy a house in California, maybe nationwide. So you think about price points right now, they've held kind of steady. Look up what's the appreciation rate for housing in the US over the last 3 years? Yeah. Appreciation. Yeah, housing appreciation rate. There you go. 2 to 3%. Yeah, that's historically, but what has it been? Because California had a depreciate house prices depreciated this year. This was the first year over year that houses actually went down. Okay, so but houses have held steady, right? So over the past 3 years, and so what's going to happen when rates come down? House prices are going to explode. But rates dropping, aside from the run we had from '09, 2010 till 2021, look at that, 8%. No, total appreciation. Look at that in the last 5 years, 46 fucking percent, bro. 46. So that's a perfect example of what happens when money becomes cheaper. So when money becomes cheaper and there's more access to money, then people spend it. So then what happens is house prices are going to skyrocket. So those who have residential real estate, they're going to ride the wave of appreciation. Some people are going to get in early on and then they're going to ride that wave as well. But the people who don't get in, like in this next little early phase, like they're fucked for the next until there's ever if there's ever a housing crash. But in order for there to be a housing crash, supply would need to be in an excess of demand, and unless Anthony Fauci creates another virus that actually takes out millions of people, there's not going to be all of a sudden a population decrease. So housing is going to continue to appreciate. The rate at which it appreciates depends on how much capital there is, and so rates coming down gives access to more capital. Therefore, house prices skyrocket, and then those people who couldn't afford a house, so their income isn't going to increase at the same rate at which houses appreciate. So those people who don't have a house right now or don't get in, they're never, that's it. It's over. Cuz if they don't get in on this next little wave, the price points are going to jump so high that then they're going to have to wait for rates to come back up, and then rates for them to come back down to try to catch it in the early stages of the next recovery. But that, I mean, that you're talking 10 to 15 years, and they would have to earn significantly more money. California is worse, right? California is really fucked because the house prices are already so expensive. And then you have, on top of that, you have an affordability issue. You have houses in California with payments of $7, 8, 9, $10,000 a month. Shit, I just quoted a house in San Diego for $8,000, and I had a conversation with this guy, and I was like, he's like, I don't know how I qualify for this, and I was like, bro, it's not that you don't qualify, it's that you can't afford. Like, you have to understand that my job is to fit you within these guidelines. I'm like when an attorney has to defend a criminal. My job is to get the criminal out of going to jail. My job is to secure a loan for the bank. And so if you, the client, qualifies, I'm going to tell you you qualify. That's a part of what I have to do. Doesn't mean you can afford it. I'm also a human, so I'm going to tell you if you can or cannot afford it. And they went forward with the offer, so now this guy's going to have an $8,000 mortgage. Not anybody can do that. Most people would go bankrupt if they took on an $8,000 mortgage within a couple months. With Cali's like with the expense to just live in Cali, gas prices are California gas prices the highest in the nation? They should be, right? Yeah. So you're already paying the highest cost for gas. You know what I just found out? Fucking insurance on a because then people outside of California go like, "Well, you guys drive electric, bro." The insurance on a Tesla costs as much as a Tesla. My auto insurance on my Tesla is about 65% of what my monthly car payment is. Isn't that some crazy ass shit? And then State Farm goes, I called State Farm and I go, "Hey, can you insure this Tesla?" And they go, "Yeah." So they send me the cost of the insurance, which is like almost $300 a month. And I go, "Dude, why the fuck would I get that? I'll just go through Tesla insurance." And they go, "Well, because you have everything else insured through State Farm, if you have one thing outside of State Farm, your entire policy goes up by 50%. So I pay like $450 total insurance for housing, umbrella, and like 3 vehicles. My Tesla cost almost as much as everything else that I have insured through State Farm. Like, it's fucking insane. And so you think about the average consumer in California. So let's say they're hit with a $6,000 mortgage payment, $500 in insurance. Gas is the highest in the nation. California taxes. Dude, the one calculation people forget is like we in California pay federal, state, and then we pay sales tax on top of that. So it's not like we're just paying the state income tax. We're paying tax on top of tax. I'd be interested to see like how much money you're actually left with after you pay for all your taxes. But we'll leave that for another day.
And then, I mean, you even heard Joey, right, talking about Whittier and how they're starting to get an increase, right, from the fires in LA.
Oh, dude,
Even
that's
though they're in the same county, but they're not even close.
bro, that's some bullshit. Dude, did you know Riverside was on fire?
Yeah, yeah. Maria went to Riverside, and I mean, she didn't see any fire over where she went, but yeah, the whole rest of it's on fire.
Yeah, my homie texted me. He goes, praying for you. And I go, thanks.
Right?
I go, thank you. I go, why? And then he goes, Riverside's on fire. And I went, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. God loves Temecula, so Temecula's chilling.
Is that right? Or God's country here.
God loves Temecula, dude. Oh, dude, they brought up Temecula on Kill Tony.
Did they?
Yeah, some guy goes, oh, what'd they say? It was a thing about like living where there's no black people.
Oh my gosh.
And the guy goes, you ever been to Temecula, California? I was like, holy shit, dude, that was racist as fuck. That was also funny as fuck.
Temecula's on the map, Doug.
Temecula's on the map. No one knew what Temecula was. Temecula's the Texas of California. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. California is rough. California is a rough place to live right now.
And then you got our governor trying to blame it on Trump and sue, all these things.
Dude,
He's trying to be like the good guy now or some shit. I don't know.
did you notice that when the riots were happening and then the DOJ said, "You know what? Someone's funding this shit, so we're going to find out who's funding this and we're going to prosecute them."
Mm-hmm.
All of the riots stopped.
Yep.
All of it. Like
Just like that.
I remember growing up when I remember growing up and being proud to be from California. Like you knew people hated California, but you were proud to be from Cali.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, yeah, I'm from Cali. Like I'm still a proud Californian because I know that the what like the propaganda that the media puts out, like it's not the majority.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like small sectors like LA and San Francisco.
Yeah. But to the rest of the states, that's all of California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the rest of the world too.
Yeah, but they all wish they lived here.
Yeah. Low key. They just don't want to deal with the people.
But that's why you live in areas like where we live and it's fucking amazing here.
Yeah.
I think this is the best place outside of San Diego. This is the best place to live. Nothing's better than San Diego. I don't care, dude. Living in La Jolla is the best place. Real quick before we jump off, what's the average cost of a house in La Jolla, California? Like, yeah, 2.3 million, bro. God, that's crazy. Pull up the Zillow profile for homes in La Jolla. God, what? Let's see. Pull up a house. Temecula.
Right. See?
Boom. House prices came down in Temecula.
Yeah, they did. Boom. What price range do you want? You want something on the beach?
Yeah, let's look up. Look up the dude, $7.3 million. I mean 2.4 million.
Just sold for
108. Oh yeah, I've seen that house before.
insane.
Yeah,
This one.
that one. Let's see that one. Dude, that's a 900 square foot condo for fucking $2.4 million.
Yeah.
Get
But
the fuck out of here.
but look at this.
Get out of here. I don't care, dude.
Right
I don't
next to
care,
the
dude.
beach.
I don't care, dude. I don't need to see the beach. I don't need to wake up and put my feet in the sand that badly
See
for
the white
two point
covers.
four million. Get the
All
fuck
the
out of here,
washer
bro.
dryers
That is
sitting in the
so
kitchen.
okay. That is so offensive to 2.4 million to live in on the beach.
Apartment.
To 900 square feet. Get out of here, bro. That is offensive.
That's so funny.
God, that's so
How many
upsetting.
days on the market so it can sit there? I wanna know.
26 days. It'll sell. The shit is it'll sell, bro.
Yeah.
Some single dude fucking made a bunch of money on crypto. He'll buy that shit. See, even that, dude, 1,600 square feet.
There's one
That's
right
crazy.
here.
Go to that house for 5 milli.
Right here.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll take that one. 5.7 mil. God, 3,500 square feet, bro.
This is like right on the coast right here. Best part is you don't get any air conditioning. They don't build houses in on the beach with air conditioning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're that close to the beach, so you get the breeze and all that stuff. So you only get heat. Or
No,
at
they
least
bet.
it's like that in like
No, that has to have.
Oceanside, Huntington, those beach cities. It's like that there.
That better have AC or I would lose my shit.
Yeah, so most like beach places don't.
Okay,
I
but
guess this one has.
$6 million for that fucking house. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy, bro.
it is right there.
I don't know if I need to live right next to the water like that.
Yeah,
You got to be
gotta
worth
we gotta build
15
on it.
mil. 15 million. Our old frat house was in La Jolla. I don't know how they let us rent that frat house. That was really dumb by them. $19 million.
Now get away from it.
This doesn't make you mad when you see this stuff?
I've just like accepted the fact that you know I will never live in these places right now in this current state of myself, so I don't get mad.
It bothers me because I've met the
These right here,
people,
this is probably like a senior living.
bro. Because I've met the people that like are that wealthy.
Yeah.
So I have a friend that lives in so off of Prospect and La Jolla Parkway and Prospect. So they probably have like and it's right and it's one of the cliff houses. So go down. Doesn't matter. Somewhere in the fucking there. But anyways, it's a cliff house, right?
Yeah.
This lady has the biggest fucking face you've ever seen.
Oh god.
And got 35 million for a house. Anyways, like bro, I couldn't talk to them about business. I couldn't talk to them about anything.
Yeah.
Her dad who built the massive fortune I could, but this human being, oh, co-ops are a scam. He gets to own the house for a week for $590,000.
It's like a timeshare but with house.
Yeah, it's a timeshare with a house. That's a perfect example. It's a perfect analogy. I guess that you can shoot some sick ass OF content there.
Guess not.
All right,
That's probably what they're doing with that.
we're past our 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're good. Anything you want to say to close it out?
No, that's it. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe for. We'll try this as an experiment.